Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Technical Sergeant John Rogerson. Today I'm just going to take a few minutes of your time, hopefully, to discuss federal and state awards. Again, I work in Personnel A1, Joint Force Headquarters. There's a number of ways I could have attacked this presentation, and hopefully, again, I'll make it brief. Today, and it's nice to see we have another CGO coming up, so I can take another spin at it, because there are questions regarding awards and decorations consistently with the wings and personnel. Some of my key points today: recognizing the importance of the awards program for everyone, both enlisted and officers, your people and their outstanding achievements, as well as your career and your progression as an officer. The review of the most common award types, both federal and state. Again, there's a number of awards on each level, but I thought I would just entertain these for today's purposes, which are the Air Force Achievement Medal, the Commendation, and the Meritorious Service Medal, as well as on the state side, the Commendation Medal and the MSM. And then lastly, what can you do as a leader? As the slide represents here, your people, your career. Your people, their outstanding achievements, okay, on a consistent basis. Achievements generally above and beyond on a consistent basis include day-to-day operations, TDYs, OREs, deployments, as well as state emergencies. Hurricane Sandy would be a good example of that. Out in the field, at the EOC, wherever it may be. Still on? Sorry. And then your career promotion. Keep electronic copies of awards, citations, and orders. It's come up in the past in my fairly short military career, and I keep everything electronic. I'm very specific about that. So please keep copies of your award citations and orders, because oftentimes it does come back to bite you. You don't have it, you've got to come to your local FSS for help. They refer back to you or maybe your previous unit, depending on where you were at that time. So it does become an issue. Please keep electronic copies securely of your awards and orders and so forth. The second note there, review your RIP semi-annually for accuracy. Oftentimes working in A1, we find that there are a number of mistakes, although maybe on the surface it appears minor. Again, this is your subordinates and the folks you supervise, or this is your career on the line. So it's important to keep note of your RIP and request that to your local FSS or someone within your unit. And then lastly, again, seek assistance from the Unit Awards Monitor or the FSS, or if it can't be done there, seek the help of Sergeant Thompson or myself and or A1, including our Director of Personnel, Major Walker. Per AFI 362803, the Air Force Awards and Decorations Program, the first of the three federal awards, just want to briefly outline here, is the Air Force Achievement Medal. For many of you, this is a review, and I understand that, but I just thought it was important to take a few minutes to go over some of these things. It is awarded for outstanding achievement or meritorious service that do not meet the requirements of the Commendation Medal. It does place emphasis on the award to junior officers and airmen whose achievements and service meet the standards as outlined. And the approval authority here is the group or wing CC as well as the tag. And there is the form. We'll just discuss briefly here at the end. Many of you are aware of MyPERS and the ability to do and accomplish many things through MyPERS. One of those is the initiation of awards. The next medal, of course, is the Commendation Medal, level of precedence here. Per regulation, awarded for outstanding achievement or meritorious service or acts of courage that do not meet the requirements for award of the Airman's Medal or the Bronze Star Medal, and sustained meritorious performance by crew members as well. Places emphasis on the award to outstanding company grade officers and junior NCOs whose achievements and services meet the standards. The approval level there, group or wing CC, as well as the tag, and your form. Again, MyPERS is the key to this. Meritorious Service Medal, the third of the federal awards, awarded for outstanding non-combat meritorious achievement or service to the United States. The level of achievement or service is less than that required of the Legion of Merit, and or LOM. The approval authority there a little higher, the wing CC and or the tag, and you have the appropriate form. Getting into two of the most common state awards here, we have the New Jersey Commendation Medal. This is per New Jersey Department Directive 200.61. It is awarded to a member of the organized militia who has distinguished himself or herself by outstanding achievement of service in support of DMAVA as well as the organized militia. Outstanding achievement or service must have resulted in an act that significantly contributed to the readiness or effectiveness of the unit or the organization And the approval authority there is 06 commanders and the tag. And again, there is a form, which is, I believe now, a fillable form. Again, if you cannot get that locally through your unit FSS, please seek the help of A1 at Joint Force Headquarters. We will get you that form that you need to fill it out. Okay, a lot to take in here. This is the Meritorious Service Medal, but then again, it is of high precedence, awarded to a member of the organized militia who has distinguished himself or herself by meritorious achievement of service in support of DMAVA, as well as the organized militia here in New Jersey. The achievement must have resulted in an accomplishment that was not life-saving, but was so exceptional and outstanding as to set the individual apart from his or her peers in similar circumstances. The meritorious service shall be in the performance of a special requirement of an extremely difficult duty performed in a clearly exceptional manner. No ifs, ands, or buts there. The approval authority, 06 commanders in the tag, and again, there's the form to utilize. What can you do, my third point, what can you do as a leader? Well, be familiar with the unit awards program, the point of contact. Get to know that person, all right? Awards program is very important, and as you've seen already, whether you're enlisted or as a young officer progressing. As I mentioned just briefly, my PERS, under the Actions Request tab, there is also a link there to nominate an individual for these awards, which again, typically are the most common federal awards here. Develop, oversee a system to track the member progress. Okay, put something in place, or at least be cognizant of putting something in place to track members' progress throughout their career, both enlisted as well as officers. Don't delay. Put people in when they are due. Oftentimes we see that, or I've seen that in my short time at Joint Force Headquarters, as well as working at the wing level. People are not put in when they're due. And I think as you'll see in my last point there, last few points, I think it hurts morale. There's a lot to be said for that. Review submissions for justification accuracy. We see quite a bit that it's either not strong enough, it appears to be rushed. It seems as if folks are putting in awards for folks, and they're really not, using their mind and their heart when they're writing this up. And you're trying to encompass someone's career or really their achievement in a particular area for the award, and yet it's not done with the level of detail or accuracy or attention to mind and heart that it deserves. And then lastly, help boost unit morale. I believe one of the other presenters mentioned this. Present in front of peers. I hear stories of things, even as an NCO, as a tech sergeant myself, of stories where folks, it's just done haphazard. It's not done during a roll call. As I know when I first came in quite some time ago, I had a long break in service, but I remember with the reserves, it was done with unit roll call. It was more of a formal process. And I think it's important that people are recognized in front of their peers. It will help to boost morale, and I think morale is the key of what I'm trying to get across is let's work with each other, both enlisted officers, to help boost unit morale, and that's through the Awards and Decks program and keeping visible. Any questions for me? And again, I'll attack something else in April if I'm afforded the opportunity. We'll take a different direction at that. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Captain Gill from C108. I'm a transfer from a sister branch, and we used to have the Outstanding Volunteer Medal. Is that authorized in the Air National Guard or not? And that medal is the one that you do some kind of, either you're with an ambulatory service, a fireman, it's 3 years consecutive or 400 hours, and you just have to get documentation. Is that authorized? I believe it is, and as Captain Lerner is shaking his head here, personally, ma'am, I have not. I have heard of that. It's been a discussion on a few occasions. Haven't really delved into it, but I'd be more than happy to look into it. Captain Lerner, you have some?
Yes. Whoa, that is loud. Yes, that one is authorized. You just have to make sure that you have all the proof in order for that medal, and it can go through your POC. I know a few people in the 204th that are being put in for it right now.
That certainly can be added to your record if it's not already through your, again, unit, FSS, or with our help at A1 Joint Force Headquarters.
Afternoon, Captain Mendez, 108 Civil Engineering Squadron. After Hurricane Sandy, I know we looked at doing some awards for all of our volunteers. I've been out of country for a while, but I haven't seen any motion on that one. It's supposed to be done at the higher headquarters level or group levels. Is there any motion on that, putting forward for all the airmen that volunteered to go out on state active duty?
Are you referring to the New Jersey Combination Medal for those folks who are out in the field?
Yes.
Yes. Frankly, myself, personally, sir, I Although it's been discussion, I have not heard any specific word on it. I can get back to you on that unless one of our leaders here has any information. I will certainly be more than happy to entertain that. I know it's been brought up before, so I am aware of it. I will get back to you on that. Anyone else? All right, appreciate your time.